Read to Lead, Lessons for Parents. The single most important activity in building the knowledge required for eventual success in reading is reading aloud to children. In this session, you'll be introduced to the course and the module, Reading Aloud to 0 to 4-year-olds, how to overcome challenges, and information about our follow-up activities. This introduction covers the course objectives, the importance of reading aloud, and information about the course modules. Course objectives. The goal of this course is for you to learn what a read aloud is, why reading aloud is important, ways to help your child with reading skills your child should be learning, how to use what you learn to improve your child's reading, and how to support your child's successes in reading. What is a read aloud? A read aloud is when a parent or teacher reads out loud with a child or children. Remember that any reading is beneficial, but the best read alouds are interactive, using books on the child's level to empower them to improve their reading comprehension. Children can also read to one another. Why is it important to read aloud to children? Because reading aloud sets up habits that will last a lifetime. From birth to the 3rd grade, your child is learning to read, but from 4th grade on, they're reading to learn. However, only 50% of parents read to their children every day, and 90% of 5th graders spend less than 1% of their free time reading. By setting a good example through read alouds, we can change these statistics. This course consists of 4 self-paced modules that will take about 30 minutes each to complete. The modules include an introduction to the program and modules for children of different ages and stages of development. Each module contains the following components: a video, a quick check, demonstrations, activities, and the opportunity to reflect on what you've learned. Remaining in this session are the introduction to the module, a discussion of reading aloud to 0 to 4-year-olds, what to do with reluctant readers, and a discussion of the follow-up activities. There are many great reasons to read aloud to young children, even for short periods of time. This session will discuss the developmental benefits of read alouds, developmentally appropriate ways to read aloud, and ways to get reluctant children engaged. Read aloud to children ages 0 through 4. Who, why, when, what, and how. The developmental benefits, selecting books, asking questions, prompts, and praise. Who should read aloud to children? Any and all caretakers. You can start before the child is born. So take time for grandma, grandpa, parents, aunts, uncles, siblings, and guardians to take time reading to children. This section focuses on infants and preschool-aged children. One of the primary benefits of reading aloud to children is that they learn things from books, and it supports their intellectual development. Reading to children shows them information about words, arts, and builds their imagination, along with skills for future learning, such as listening, observation, and problem solving. Books stimulate your child's creativity. They can travel to faraway places, learn about people, places, and situations they may not be familiar with, and lengthen their attention span, which will help them in school. The next reason to read aloud is to support the emotional development of children. Sharing books builds emotional bonds between you and your child. It also builds skills that help them to relate to and empathize with others. They learn to see that there's at least 2 sides to any story, and it helps them recognize good from bad and right from wrong. Finally, reading aloud also supports your child's physical development. Selecting and holding the book while turning pages helps develop gross and fine motor skills. Recognizing words and pictures and their characteristics helps a child's visual development. Finally, reading aloud leads your child to become a lifelong reader. It demonstrates that books are a source of fun and pleasure, a place to learn new things, and gives you the chance to set an example that will change your child's life for the better. Reading is a complicated process. The three main components are constructing meaning, making sense of the text by combining background knowledge, word meanings, and context clues, and then an understanding and application of the structure of a sentence and the sounds that letters and letter pairs make, which are called phonics. Children learn these components from you as you read with them. When should you read with your child? Well, while it's best to set aside a special time every day, such as nap time, bath time, or lunch, you can take advantage of times when you both have to wait, such as at the doctor's office, or in the car, waiting to pick up a sibling. As children get closer to the age of 4 or 5, they'll display traits of emergent literacy. They'll begin to act out the behavior of reading. To support this, let children tell stories while holding books, even if they're not actually reading the words. And let them read those stories to you, their dolls, stuffed animals, or even pets. What should you read to your child? Well, start by choosing a book that both you and your child will enjoy, and give them the chance to select a book or topic that they like. For very young children, they may have no idea what they like. So try to pick books that you can read repetitiously, meaning they have words that are repeated over and over again, and they have patterns or are exciting and interesting to read. Make sure that you match the length of the book with your child's attention span. A 1-year-old has an attention span of roughly 1 minute. So pick a short book with just a few words, exciting colors and pictures, and that are tough so that the child can touch the book, turn the pages, and get involved. For infants up to the age of 2, try to focus on nursery rhymes, songs, and books with pictures of familiar objects so that they can practice naming those objects, like book or bed. Simple stories about everyday experiences are the best. For preschoolers, focus on counting and ABC books that have that rhyme and repetition and predictable plots. Picture books are exceptionally good, especially if they're Pictionaries, which continues support in naming. This will help increase your child's vocabulary. The best part of reading aloud is the opportunity to interact with your child. The level of interaction will change according to the child's age. However, you can ask simple questions. For the infants, you may want to answer the questions yourself, which will teach them the question-response model, such as, "Where's the piggy? There's the piggy." Or, "What does a cow say?" As your child gets older, show them how to read by moving your finger under the words as you read them. This will teach your child to match the written word with the spoken word and teach them those early literacy skills, for example, that you read from left to right, top to bottom, and then from front to back. Have your child practice these on tough board books as they get older. As it gets closer and closer to the time to begin school, teach your child letters, not just the alphabet, but the shape and sound of individual letters. Start with those that make up the child's name, and then expand to your other family members' names, or items such as bed, cat, or house. Allow your child to turn the pages, and you may want to use books with a few more words per page. 3- and 4-year-old children may be able to hold a brief discussion about the book. So when you're finished, talk about what happened at the beginning, middle, and end of the book. Talk about experiences that your child has had, like tying their shoes, making cookies, or taking a bath, even going on a trip to Grandma's house. Then plan activities that go along with the book. So, a book about bathing at bath time, or a book about cookies. The remaining slides are tricks of the trade for parents who are new to reading aloud, and include topics such as how to keep your child interested, behaviors you should display to support your children's learning, such as being patient, remembering what they don't know, and selecting a regular time to read. We also answer questions such as, what if the child doesn't want to read or says the book is too hard? Or what to do if they get restless or squirmy. Sometimes they just need a potty break. Remember, 50 years from now, the difference you will make is what you've done for your child. As the module concludes, please take the time to view the demonstration videos.